Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is TweaK here, and I'm going to be making a video today that I didn't want to make. It is about the current state of Tarkov and what's going on with the game. For those of you that are out of the loop, this might be a good time for you guys to just watch this video and get up to date on some of the things that are happening. I've been throwing this idea around in my head for quite a while now to make this, and I didn't really want to do it because I didn't want to instigate any more, drama with battle state and what's going on with the game's development and stuff like that. But I kind of feel like it should be made, and I feel like the more content creators out there that make these videos, the more chance that we have to get our points across to the developers. Because the reason why we're making these videos isn't because, oh, it's clickbait, oh, we just want to hate the game. It's like, it's not the case. We all love the game. Let's get that clear. Any streamer out there that's been streaming this game consistently over the last year, if not year plus, we all love this game and we want to see it do well. But we're getting to the stage now where things are getting beyond a joke, and I think we need to I think we really need to address some things here. So I'm going to get started with my first point here, which is directly aimed at the person who manages the Battle State Games Twitter. You guys need to stop. Like, you need to stop. Do not post on your Twitter when an update is coming out. Do not say that it's coming out next week. Just don't do shit like that. Just stop it. You need to, first of all, if you guys are transparent with us, everybody's cool with it. But once you say that a wipe is coming out next week or a major patch is coming out next week, we're all sitting here waiting for it. We're all, hugely anticipating. Everybody gets super excited over it. And then a week goes by and there's nothing. And there's nothing to show for it. And it's like, oh, sorry, guys, it's been delayed for another 2 weeks. Guys, just be honest. Just say, all right, we're working on the patch. We're doing this, this, and this. It'll be ready in 2 months. Just tell us that. And people will be happy. People will be excited for that to come around. Next main point. I want to talk about ammo. And I want to talk about the flea market. It's ridiculous that I've grinded this game over the last week to get max level. It's just something we all do. It's almost like a community challenge. Who can get to level 40 the quickest or whatever. I've hit this stage now. I can't even buy ammo for the new gun. I can buy the crappy, the SX rounds or whatever they're called, the hollow point rounds. And I can't use the subsonic rounds. I can't use the armor penetrating rounds because every time a trader resets, it's sold out immediately. I can't even buy 1,000 rounds that would last me a couple of hours. You just need to make ammo unlimited for the time being, because even all the high-end AK ammo is being sold out immediately too. And then immediately being put on the flea market and sold for double, triple, quadruple, 5 times the price of the ammo in some cases. Like, there's people selling 1 round of BS ammo for like $1,000 or 1,000 rubles a round. It's ridiculous. It's incredibly frustrating for us to not be able to use, these weapons that we've unlocked. And I unlocked Sniper level 7 yesterday. I got access to M61s. It's not going to be long until a lot more people have access to M61s, and they all keep getting bought out, and then we have to pay an extortionate price for them on the flea market. It's anti-fun. It's not cool. It's incredibly frustrating to sit there, wait for the timer to tick down and try and buy your ammo, and then it's gone by a bunch of people that are likely using macros. There is also a latency issue to where other regions are going to get their traders reset a little bit before we do. So some people in the EU might not even get a chance, or some people in the States might not even get a chance to buy that ammo, or in other regions. That's a huge problem. My suggestion for that is, for the time being, just make the ammo unlimited. It would stop a lot of this bullshit with people trying to make a shit ton of money on the flea market by macroing and buying out all the ammo. That's my 2 cents on it. One other quick thing on the flea market. Instead of getting individual mails for every item that we sell on the flea market, especially if you're selling in mass, make it one big collection screen. Just make it like a big insurance screen that we can just collect all the money from. It's so time consuming and irritating when you're selling things en masse to just go through each mail individually to collect every single item. It should just be one big insurance screen, similar to an insurance screen, to where you just collect everything in one go. That would just make everything so much smoother with the flea market. But I do want to say, in the defense of Battle State, the flea market is awesome. It's really great. I'm really I'm honestly surprised at how flawlessly it works. It's incredible. Whoever was working on that, you guys did a great job. And besides the first day or two where there was a couple of little issues with it, it's been running perfectly since. So congrats, guys. Like, you did a fantastic job in the flea market, but there's a couple of little quality of life things that need to be changed there, and then it'll be perfect. All right, next big point: scav behavior. Scav behavior is absolutely ridiculous. They're far too aimbody. It's stupid. I've had people tell me that they haven't had any issues with the scavs this patch. Yeah, great for them. I have been one tapped from over like 80 meters away by a scav with a Saiga 9 or a 153 using buckshot from standing on top of construction where only my head is exposed with a fast MT with a visor. The visor is down and I get one shot through it. It's crazy. Most times when I run into a scav, be they 100 meters away, 50 meters away, whatever, they will turn immediately and black out all my limbs. Even when I'm behind cover, I've been shot through cover this patch more than I have any other patch, and it's so unbelievably frustrating. Also, the fact that scavs react the second you fire your gun and run away when you take a shot, that's not good. That should not be a thing that happens. If I have the drop on a scav, and I'm sitting there with my scope like 100 meters away, and I shoot him in the head, and before the bullet can get to his head, he's already ran away. I have also had instances where the scav has been standing still, and I will see the blood fly out of his head, and he'll still run away. I have also had instances of shooting scavs multiple times, way more times than should be required to kill them, and they have no armor on. This makes no sense. There is something not right with scavs at the moment, and it needs to be addressed. As for scav bosses, they're crazy. They just laser beam your blacked out limbs, and they kill you immediately. You either need to just use grenades to kill them, or be so far away that they somehow miss your shots. But in certain situations, like on dorms, it's close quarters, there's nothing you can do against it. Sometimes you'll just walk in the door and they'll just laser you down, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. To all those people out there that are going to say, oh, just get good at the game, it's... You guys clearly don't play the game. I don't care what you say. If you're saying stuff like that, you don't play the game. And I personally don't give a shit about your input on it. Because for us, we're people that play this game every goddamn day. We fucking... we eat, sleep, and breathe Tarkov. It's what we've done. It's what we continue to do. And it's broken. It needs to be addressed. The scab behavior needs to be changed. Helm Advisors. There's still a bug where you go into a raid with your helmet visor down. It'll show your visor being down. It's not actually down. You have to use a voice line to see if your character has an echo in his voice. This is crazy. This is going back to the armor bug that we had to deal with last patch, the patch before. This should not be a thing. It's gone beyond a joke at this stage to where simple things like staples in the game, such as armor, do not work as intended. This has gone beyond a joke at this stage, and this needs to be fixed. When I go into a raid, I shouldn't have to put my visor up and put it back down to make it work. I should just go into the raid and everything that I have on me should work. Because what this leads to is I get one tap by a guy and I'm sitting here wondering, oh, did my armor not work? Did my helmet not work? Was my visor not down? These are things I shouldn't have to question. These are things that just should work. They've been in the game for so long now. This kind of stuff is just really unacceptable. It's incredibly frustrating too. The face masks, the 6B and the Ronin. I don't know what happened here. Why they're all of a sudden super strong. Like the Ronin is a class 2 helmet. We tested this on stream the other day. Took 16 rounds of PS ammo to kill somebody wearing a Ronin. Why? How? How did this change? What else has changed that we don't know about yet? Is the Gen 4 armor acting like P.A.K.A. now all of a sudden? Is P.A.K.A. armor now Ford armor? Like, what other values have been changed here? There's weird inconsistencies that are happening here between helmets. Like, I don't understand how we went from one patch and all this stuff working pretty much perfectly to another patch to where it's all fucked all of a sudden. I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense to me. As for 6Bs, better than Altons right now. I don't get it. I saw people saying, oh, it's the ricochet chance. No, it's not. It's not the ricochet chance. It's not working as intended. I don't know how this got changed, but this needs to be fixed. I have, like, I like this patch alone, I've shot so many people in the head with M62 rounds, M80 rounds, armor piercing rounds for the MP7, high tier AK ammo, like BS rounds, BP rounds, BT rounds. And they just bounce off all the helmets in the game like it's no issue. Even the blue UN helmets from Peacekeeper, like, they should stop nothing. Especially if I go out of my way to spend a ton of money on armor penetrating rounds. This should work. And the fact that it doesn't is turning Tarkov into less of a skill-based shooter, because in my opinion, that's what Tarkov is. Tarkov is a skill-based shooter, an instance-based, skill-based shooter. In my opinion, that's what I think Tarkov is right now. And whether you agree with me on that or not, fair enough. But that, in my opinion, is exactly what this game is right now. And for one player to just be able to turn around and brush off 10 rounds that just went into the back of his head and turn around and one-tap you somehow, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel good to play it. It feels like you're being robbed. It's like, what am I supposed to do? I can't shoot his head because he's invincible. So what do? I spray all my rounds into his legs and we all start using hollow points? You guys talk like leg meta isn't a thing. And this is some big fucking hilarious meme that's been thrown around the Twitch community for a long time. But like every day we seem to be getting closer to where shooting people in the legs is the only guaranteed way we can get a kill these days. For me personally, I'm never going to do that. It goes against everything I've learned playing competitive shooters the entire time I've been growing up. You shoot people in the head, they die. In Tarkov, you have helmets. I understand that. Certain helmets do not take that many bullets to put you down. It doesn't matter. There is no armor in this game that makes you invincible. It'll make you tank maybe an extra couple of rounds to your head. Shouldn't be any more than that. Even the Alton should be one-tapped by any sniper rifle caliber round. I one-tapped plenty of Altons last patch with M61 rounds. Easy. That's how it should be. But right now, we're in a place where shit isn't working. Feels awful to play. Feels like the game is more based around RNG. This game should not be based around RNG. If I had it my way, I would first of all give every round just a flat armor pen chance, remove blunt damage, remove fragmentation chance. Your bullet either goes through this helmet or not. If you want to keep in the hardness values of helmets and their ricochet chances and shit like that, go for it. But I think removing RNG from this game would be a great way to improve its quality of life and just the overall player experience. As for masks, they're obviously broken right now. I don't know what's wrong with them. Deadly tested it on stream the other day, and a skull mask or the shattered mask took a ton of shots. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, fix it, I guess. I don't even know what to say about that. The Traitor Timers being increased to 3 hours is ridiculous. Stop. Put it back to 1 hour. It doesn't need to be 3 hours. For the time being, until the other systems are implemented to where this will make sense, remove it. It doesn't make sense to have it in the game right now. I know there's other systems going to be implemented in along with the flea market, and the flea market are going to interact with the trader prices, and trader prices are going to impact, you know, whatever you can put up on the flea market, etc. It's not in the game right now. It doesn't need to be like this. You need to change it back because it's annoying. It serves no purpose currently in the game. Okay, the next step I want to make is about the steps towards, steps backwards with regards to the end game. This was something I don't think anybody saw coming with regards to the increase in quest XP. All this does is it gets us to level 40 quicker without endgame. As far as I'm concerned, after you hit level 40 and you have all your tasks done, there's nothing left to do in Tarkov. There's absolutely nothing left. What I would suggest for this, roll it back to the older values, even reduce the XP that you gain from quests. Make us play the game for longer. Make us grind it out more. Give us more time with the game. Do not speed up the process. I don't care if you guys are catering to a casual crowd. You shouldn't be. This game was never supposed to be like that. It was never supposed to be catered to casual players. I'm sorry to those people out there. I know this is going to strike a chord. I'm sorry that you work, you know, a day job and you only get an hour to play in the evenings every day or something like that. But we can't let this affect the game's general standing and how it's meant to be and how it's meant to be played. This game is supposed to be hard. We're supposed to work very hard to get our hands on high level stuff. All this gear I have on here, besides the M61 rounds, I had 3 days into the patch. I know I'm an exception to that. I had 20 hours of in-raid time by the end of the 3 days. I streamed for like 16 hours a day. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't people out there that can do that. There's tons of people out there that can do that. But you guys need to tone it back. You guys really need to tone it back with regards to how quickly we progress up through the levels, or change the leveling system altogether. My suggestion on this would be make it level 1 to 100. reduce the amount of XP it takes to get to level 100, make it about the same XP that it takes to get from level 1 to 45 or level 1 to 50, and have progressive unlocks as we go along there, and progressive quest unlocks as we go along this path as well. Like, you shouldn't be able to do this task until you're level 40, and then you get access to these series of quests. And then you have to grind out some raids to get some XP until you get to your next level, where more tasks unlocked. Because right now, it's almost frustrating that every time you complete tasks, there's another 4 you get to do immediately. And you can bang out like 4 of these tasks in one raid. I think this is this is not a good way to have the game be. I think something with the fundamentals of leveling and XP gain needs to be changed. Make a prestige system in Tarkov. Make it so that when you hit level 100, you can choose to reset your account. And maybe unlock something that nobody else will get until they hit level 100 as well. I don't care if it's a cool looking cosmetic. I don't care if it's an ammo type, a gun, an attachment. I don't care what it is. But we need something to continually work towards. Other games that have done prestige systems in the past, such as the Call of Duty series, that's huge. People love grinding for 10th prestige, 15th prestige, whatever stupid number it's at now, 20th prestige. I don't know. I don't play Call of Duty, but like, that system did absolute wonders for the longevity of their game. And that is something Tarkov is really lacking right now. There is no longevity to Tarkov. It's just, we know what to do. It's been the same forever. And now you've just made that process shorter. It should not be this quick. We shouldn't be able to have level people. There shouldn't be any level 40s in the first month this game is out. As far as I'm concerned, it needs to be slowed down. As for other things to increase the game's longevity, daily quests, weekly quests, and monthly quests. Monthly quests would have huge rewards, but they'd also require you to do a ton of stuff in game, but you get great rewards for doing them. Daily quests that give you some, I don't know, give you something. Who cares what it is? It's just an idea I'm throwing out there. I don't have anything off the top of my head, like XP, money, something for doing something in game. Weekly tasks that'll give you more XP or more money or more of a reward, for having to do multiple tasks. Like maybe every day there might be a new task you have to do that goes towards your weekly quest or something like that. I don't know. But something like that needs to be implemented, because the current leveling system and the current quest system, it's not working as far as I'm concerned. It's way too quick. It needs to be changed. All right, I'm going to move on to the next topic. I'm just going to talk about this real quick. Weapon sights are still completely off, guys. I don't need to say anything else on this. I don't what's wrong with the Val? First of all, why is the sighting completely off with the Val? Why do I have to learn how to not where I'm aiming the PSO scope on the Val, even the OKP should be where the bullet travels to, and then there's drop. But right now it's not the case. You have to aim above their head, or you have to aim. It's weird. It doesn't make sense. This goes for some other guns as well. This also goes for even the Mosin. Like the zeroing, everything. It doesn't work. It's completely broken. Zeroing in this game, increasing your zero, decreasing your zero, it doesn't matter. It does not work. So either remove this feature until you guys figure out how to implement it correctly, or fix it, because it's I don't know. This has been a problem for a while now, and people are starting to get sick of it. Like this shouldn't be the case. We're at a stage now where all the fundamental things in the game should work. And that's my opinion on it. There's going to be people out there, I don't give a shit what you guys say to me. You can say, it's a beta, we're supposed to be testing it. I'm fully aware. I'm fully aware, okay? I've been following the progress and updates of this game for a long time now. I have watched the rises of Tarkov. I've watched the falls of Tarkov. I've been there through all the shit times this game's been through. I've been there through all the good times this game's been through. And I don't care that the game is in beta. As far as I'm concerned, this game is still in alpha. If we were in beta, all the fundamentals of the game would work. We're still in alpha when we have stupid little bugs like this that do not work. This needs to change. And big things need to change. Otherwise, you guys... I'm making this video because I am fucking sick of seeing people going to the bat and defending your game. But they're making these statements based off nothing. They don't even play the game. I almost guarantee you these people that are making these statements don't even play the game. You guys need to start listening to input from people like me people like Clean, people like, I don't care who it is, the streamers that play your game and support your game every day. You guys need to start listening to us. It doesn't have to be me. I don't care if it's me specifically, but you guys really need to start listening to your community and not listening to the people that are crying on forums. Because the people that are crying on forums, I've read them. They don't play the game. I can tell just by the bullshit they're spouting. And thousands of other people are agreeing with them. And that also means they don't play the game. So you guys are taking input from these guys for no reason. They're not active in your community. All they're there is for their little upvotes on their forums, for their little validations. And that's it. They don't give a shit about your game. We do. We want to see this game succeed. That's all I'm saying. I'm not here trying to bash Tarkov. I'm here trying to make a video that's going to hopefully open people's eyes to some of the underlying issues that need to be addressed here before your guy's game dies. I 100% believe this game will not exist within the next year if you guys don't make some serious strides to improving the baseline issues. We've had these conversations hundreds of times, and it's about time somebody said it. Tarkov will die if you guys don't fix these just baseline issues with the game. And that's my opinion on it, and I'm not going to change it. I don't care what anybody says to me or people who go to the bat after I put up this video and make comments saying that all the points I made are stupid. I don't care what you think. The game will die. So moving on from that, we're going to talk about hackers. I haven't seen many on EU. I've seen tons of clips of people playing on A and still running into hackers. I don't know what's going on with the anti-cheat, but you guys need to stay on top of that, because I get people into my stream all the time. They say, oh, just ran into a hacker twice in a row on Shoreline or Interchange or whatever, flying around the map, killed me, blah, 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 and I'm just not going to play anymore today. Just, that's it. There's nothing else that needs to be said on that. Everything about hackers has been said before. HitReg has taken a massive step backwards again. I don't need to say anything else on this. HitReg, it's back again. More problems. It was fine when the patch dropped. Now it's gone to complete shit again. The HitReg was better last patch. And that's honestly not even a compliment, because the HitReg sucked last patch. And it's gone bad again this patch. I don't know what's going on. Why there's so much going backwards involved with taking half a step forwards. I'm just going to put this in here real quick, because I've heard this from a bunch of people, and I've confirmed this myself to be true. Guys, the fact that you can decompile the game and comment out the anti-cheat is absolutely horrendous. That you can do that. That is an absolute fucking joke. I don't know what you guys do to fix this. I don't make games, but the fact that you can do that is absurd. It is absolutely absurd. That needs to change. Me making this video and bringing exposure to that, I don't care if that gets me in trouble. I don't care if you guys ban my account, whatever. I'm putting that out there, that's fucking ridiculous. That there are issues like that within the code for something that is a fundamental for the game to function correctly, which is the anti-cheat. And the fact that people can just go in there and turn it off and then cheat freely is a joke. The game still locks up as well when you get near scavs and other PMCs. I don't know what causes this. It's worse this patch than it was last patch. Again, it's not paying a compliment to the last patch. It was a little bit better last patch, but this shouldn't be a thing anymore. We shouldn't get horrendous lockups when we get near groups of other players. This just shouldn't happen. The item move error bugs, or fixing your armor and then you gotta move error and everything goes back into your stash. This is like petty stuff. This isn't like a big point, but I feel like it still needs to be said. This needs to change. Like, I don't know what's causing this, but surely you guys can figure out what's causing it and fix it, because it's so unbelievably annoying. Silent grenades. That's still a thing. That's really cool. There's also a new bug now that involves when you chamber a gun from your stash and you load into a raid, your first round does nothing. And if you check the chamber on your gun, the bullet's invisible. So the first shot that you fire out of your gun in that raid is going to do fuck all. What's that about? That needs to change. This is a new thing. I don't understand how things break. This was working fine last patch, and now this is a new problem. Leading on to that, 30 seconds into a bunch of raids. There's nothing you can do in the first 30 seconds of some raids you go into, other than reload your game, or just sit there and wait, and hopefully you can do, you can put your visor down or put your visor up or move something in your inventory or something like that. The fact that there's like a period where you first load into a raid, you can't do anything. What is that? Why? How does that happen? It happened a couple of times last patch to me, but this patch is happening all the time. It's happening to me every other raid. Items are still falling through the floor on maps. I don't know what your collision's all about at the moment. But like, good luck dropping something to your teammate when you're upstairs in a building. Because guess what? It's going straight through the fucking floor. Don't know why. But this shouldn't be a thing. This is child's play stuff. This is simple collision things. Yeah, I don't know. Also, this weird gun holding animation thing that allows you to not fire or reload. Or sorry, allows you to not fire after a reload. Where your gun just kind of gets held like this on your character kind of awkwardly. You can't do anything. I've had this get me killed a ton of times. I don't understand why this is happening now all of a sudden, but it is for some reason. I don't know what causes it. But this goes back to the points I was making earlier on how this is basic stuff. This is the ultimate basics of the game. Reloading your rifle. This shouldn't be something we have to worry about this late into the game. This shouldn't be a problem. But yet it is. And I fucking hate that I have to do this, man. I hate having to like make videos like this because I want this game to do well, and I feel like the more people that talk about these issues, the more likelihood that we're going to get it some attention, and the more likelihood that it might get fixed. I don't know. I don't know, dude. But like this is such basic shit, and it just doesn't work, and I don't understand why after all this time. Another big thing I'm going to say here, way too long, guys. We need new maps. We need new maps. We need new maps faster. It's just not good enough. Without content, this game dies. I can't tell you how sick I am of playing customs over and over again because it's the only place I'm getting PvP right now because it's early patch and all the tasks are on customs. That's another thing too. Why are 80% of the tasks on customs? It doesn't make sense. And Shoreline. Put stuff in other maps. Just move the tasks around. Just let us play other maps while we're leveling up too. And then at least that way the population of other maps aren't going to depend on, you know, how late people are into their task cycles. But we need new maps, guys. I would rather new maps over bug fixes, to be honest, at this stage, just to have something new to do. I can deal with the bug fixes. I don't agree that these bugs exist. I hate the fact they exist. I think it's unacceptable that they still exist for the most part. And we need new maps. That's all I'm going to say on that. We need new maps. I touched on this earlier a little bit, but guys, there's nothing to do after level 40. You got to put in some kind of endgame for us. I don't care if it's weekly tasks, daily tasks, monthly tasks. I don't care what it is. You guys need to give us some kind of endgame because we've like the game's been in the same state for so long now that it's getting stale, and people just aren't as excited over Tarkov anymore. You guys need to either introduce the player stash or whatever that we can go in and interact with and upgrade over time and stuff like that, and make that the late game for the time being. Implement daily quests, monthly quests, weekly quests, something. Special missions. I don't care if I get a mail from a trader that says, hey, I have a special mission for you after I have all my tasks, and I gotta go, oh cool, what the fuck is this? And he's like, I'm gonna give you this and this. I want you to do this for me, and you go and do that. Just random events, just random tasks that just get given to you. That would be enough to just keep me interested, to keep playing. Increase late spawns, guys. You told us that you were fixing this. You told us it wasn't going to happen as often, yet 80% of the raids I go into are late spawns. I'm a minute late, 2 minutes late, 3 minutes late. This is bullshit. This is so unbelievably boring. Because you know what happens when you get into a raid late? There's somebody over in a position that you could have no idea he's going to be there. And you're just going to walk out and get one-tapped because he was in position before you even spawned into the raid. It's unfair. I can't defend this anymore. This is another staple problem. Everybody should load in at the same time. More or less. This whole late spawning thing is so unbelievably annoying. You get into a raid late. Oh, guess what? All the good rooms are looted. Guess what? All the scavs are dead. You have a task where you have to kill scavs? Oh, well, I guess you're going to have to hang around for 10 minutes for the next scav wave to spawn in. Scab boss is going to be dead. You know, all the PMCs are going to be dead. They're already going to have all their gear and be moving out. You guys think that 2 or 3 minutes don't make a big difference? It does. And you know what else is frustrating? Being on the other end of that. Loading into a raid on time, killing a bunch of people, clearing the area, and then Dickface McGee over here spawns in late and walks up to you and kills you and takes all your stuff. I've had instances where people have spawned right next to me because of late spawns. I literally hear them load in and rack their gun behind me. And I turn around, they're just standing there going, oh yeah, it's going to be a good raid, we'll get my task done. And then you turn around and kill them. And that's unfair to them too. It's unacceptable. I'm going to move on to my next point now as well, which is increased crashing. I don't know what's going on or why the game's crashing so much this patch. It's insane. Tarkov has crashed for me this patch more times than it did last patch, and I'm pretty sure the patch before then combined as well. I'm going to move on to this next point as well. I don't know how many other people have been having the same problem. Guys, what is going on with the sound issues in this game? Why all of a sudden are people able to run up on me without making any noise at all? How is this a thing? The amount of gear you're wearing is tied to how much sound you make. I understand that. Why can a PMC just using a Mosin or an MP5 with nothing else on them still run up on me and make absolutely no sound? You make noise when you run. You make noise when you walk. You make more noise when you run and walk with more gear on, but it shouldn't mean you are silent. I've had so many cases where people have just ran up on me out of nowhere, making no sound. I will guarantee you at the time I was wearing Comtacs or Sordans and still couldn't hear them walk up on me. I have tons of clips of this. I don't know if this is just me, or I'm just getting unlucky with this, or what. But it's insane. I don't get why you changed that. Everybody should make noise. Fair enough, make more noise if you have more gear, but just because you have a pistol doesn't mean you shouldn't make any noise. That's just not a thing. For a game that's striving to be more realistic, no. This whole realism thing, guys, you're trying to make the game more realistic, and I feel like sometimes you guys forget that there is a line between realism and fun and frustration. There is two sides to this coin, okay? There are two sides to this coin. It's a video game. What do we do when we play video games, guys? We have fun. I get the realism part. I understand that there is a demographic out there that wants the realism. I understand that. But there's a fine balance to where people are going to start getting really pissed off if you make this stuff, continue like this. But this whole balance between realism and fun, I don't know how you guys are going to strike that balance. I look forward to seeing how you're going to do it, but this whole sound tied to weight thing and people being near silent is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The last point I'm going to make, I probably shouldn't even say this, but this is just surrounding the Kiba store. You guys keep changing the loot that's in there. I've noticed that this patch, it was nerfed for sure. 100% nerfed for sure. I have done a ton of runs on that store, and the loot in there has been significantly decreased since last patch. Now, what I'm going to say here is that key not only requires you to get very lucky and find the one that spawns on Scavs or the one that spawns on Goshen, or collect 35 condensed milks to trade from level 4 therapist. It's incredibly rare. Hard to get. It's an endgame item, okay? It should hold value. The other key is locked behind Gunsmith Part 12, which is also an endgame task. Fair enough, you can get it early now with the introduction of the flea market, or you can find some of the parts in raid if you're lucky, but for the most part, that is an endgame task. 2 keys, 2 incredibly hard to obtain keys for the average player, should open that door, and there should be a bunch of really awesome shit in there. I don't care if you guys alarm that door, where it starts beeping, and then after 10 seconds it goes apeshit, and everybody else in the mall knows I'm in there. I don't care. Make it so that those keys are worth what we spent, worth the time we spent getting them, because right now they're not. And I think that you guys have a huge opportunity there with Interchange to make it one of the more played maps in the game. Some of the best firefights I've had on Tarkov have been on Interchange. It's a great map. And right now it's just being crazily underutilized. Also, I can't believe I forgot to write this down in the list. Glass. Okay, either remove glass from the game, okay, or make it completely bulletproof. Choose one. I don't care what it is. Because glass in Tarkov right now is completely broken. It makes no sense as to how glass functions in this game right now. The fact that I can get one-tapped by a scav or a PMC through one side of the glass, and I can dump 30 rounds into their head from one side of it, makes little to no sense. Either remove it until you figure out what you want to do with it, or make it all completely bulletproof. As for the Kiba store, I think all that glass should be completely bulletproof. You can't shoot in or out of there. If you get caught in there with all your loot and there's a squad sitting outside, tough shit. You either wait them out, or you run out that door, you try to make a break for it, or you run out that door and you try to fight them off. That's how it should be. It should be high risk, high reward. When you go in there, there should be an indicator to everybody else on the map that you're in there, and trigger an alarm that goes off for 30 seconds to a minute to let every motherfucker on that map at the time know you're in there. It would make it so much more fun. And just as one last little thing to do with interchange as well, you guys should make it so that one side of interchange is always daytime, one side of it is always nighttime. Because right now, apart from outside interchange, there is basically no difference between day and nighttime interchange once you're inside the mall. You should make nighttime interchange completely dark. Turn off all the lights. It would be the best map on the game for using night visions. It would be so awesome to see that. I would love that. But that's just something I'd really like to see. That's just something I've talked about for a long time here. And I think that would be really awesome. But guys, I'm gonna wind the video down there. I spent way too long talking about this. I didn't expect this video to go on for as long as it did. But I feel like this was an important video to make as somebody who's a part of the Tarkov community and somebody who loves the game and wants to see it do well and doesn't want to see it go the route of DayZ. Because right now we're getting there. We're getting there. As much as people don't want to admit, we're going that direction. We're getting there slowly, but we're gonna get there. And I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see Tarkov die. I want to see Tarkov do well, because as it stands, it's one of the best games I've ever played. Best first-person shooter I've ever played. It's an incredible game, and I think it would be a massive shame to see it die. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to do me a favor and share this on Reddit or Twitter or whatever you guys want to get the video out there, go for it. I'd love that. Yeah, just share it around if you guys agree with me. If you guys disagree with me, tell me why in the comments. If you guys have any other gripes and shit like that, leave a comment below. Any future videos you guys want to see, leave me a comment below. And yeah, if you guys want to come hang out in the Twitch stream and shoot the shit and talk about issues with the game and stuff like that, I'm live at twitch.tv/TweaK. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you listening to my rant, and I will see you guys in the next video.